Alright, so today we're working with point slope form, and just like the name tells you what's included. We'll have a point in the form and we'll have the slope in the form. So if we're going to write it, we need a point and we need the slope. If it's already written for us within the equation, it gives us the point and a slope. It gives us one of the points on the line and the slope of the line. So a line with slope m that contains the point x1 comma y1 can be described by this equation. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So that will be the form of point slope. Okay, steps to use point slope form to write an equation. We need to find the slope, so that's the same as what we've been doing. We still use our slope formula, changing y over changing x. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If we're not given the slope, we're given 2 points. We have to find it first, find the slope. Substitute the slope and one of the points. You can choose the point. You can choose whichever one you want into the point slope form, where m is the slope and x1, y1 are a point on the line. We'll talk about this more in detail later, but notice between the ordered pair and the equation, the signs are opposite. So if I have a positive coordinate for my y, I need to write a negative right here. If I have a negative here as my coordinate point, then I need to write a plus right there. So it's always opposite. Same for the x. Between the equation itself and the ordered pair that you use, the signs will be opposite, and we'll see that more in just a moment. Okay, so our first example, write an equation in point slope form. Always make sure you understand what form they want it in. For the line with slope 3, so let's go ahead and write that, m is 3, and the point negative 1/4, so that's my x1 comma y1 right there. Take that comma out. Okay, so let's recall what point slope was. It was y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So all we have to do is substitute in based on the given information. So m of 3 is going there. The negative 1 will go there, but opposite sign. Positive 4 goes here, but opposite sign. So I would have y subtract 4 equals m3 times the quantity x plus 1. Okay, remember, between your ordered pair and your equation, the signs of the coordinates will be opposite. So I had a positive 4 here, have a negative 4 here. So y minus 4 equals 3 times the quantity x plus 1. So that would be point slope form based on the given information. Alright, second example here. Write an equation in point slope form for the line with slope 1/3 that contains negative 3, 1. Alright, so this is my m, 1/3. This is my x1. This is my y1. So the formula for point slope was y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. So now just substitute in. So it's y minus 1. We have a positive 1 here, so we write a subtract 1 there. Equals, our slope was 1/3 times the quantity x plus 3. We had a negative 3 coordinate, so we write a plus 3 here. Notice, just like all other forms, when you're done with the actual form, the actual linear equation, y and x in the form stay y and x. Everything else has to be a number. So we filled in that as a number, that as a number, that as a number. Same as with any other form. Alright, in the next example, we're going to have to find the slope first. So just a reminder, our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this next example we have here requires that. So write an equation in point slope form for the line through these 2 points. So the first thing we need for point slope is the slope. We have points already, but we need the slope. So we take these two, we label them always x1, y1, x2, y2, plug them in our slope formula. So for us, that would be y2, 1 minus y1, negative 3, so that flips to a plus 3. Subtracting a negative 3 is the same thing as adding 3. Over x2, 4 minus x1, 2. So that would be 4 over 2, or just 2. So my slope is 2. Now I can choose the point. We're actually going to write it twice. We'll use this point once, and we'll use this point second. So that first point, the equation would be y plus 3 equals 2 times x minus 2. Remember, this was the form y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. We'll just fill in the information. Now we can write the same exact line using this point with our slope. So the same exact line could be written this way: y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus 4. These are the exact same line. They're just written with different points. The slopes are the same, but the points differ. So any point on the line can be used to write a point-slope equation for the same exact line. If I were to distribute and simplify and solve for y here, we would get the same exact line in both cases. All right, next example here. Write an equation in point-slope form for the linear function using the given values. Okay, all they're giving me is 2 points. They're just giving me the 2 points in a different form. It's f of x equals y, right? F of x equals y. That's the form they're giving me. F of x equals y here. So this ordered pair right here is x negative 2, y 15. This ordered pair right here is 1, 9. So they're just giving me 2 points. The way they did it was just in a different way. So I need my slope first. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So for us that would be, let's label these, we always should do that, x1 y1, x2 y2. So y2 9 minus y1 15 over x2 1 minus negative 2 would be a plus 2. Okay, we've been doing it by hand. This time we're going to use a calculator. So I am going to choose to put this in fraction form right away. So alpha y equals, enter, numerator over denominator. Now I can start typing. So 9 minus 15 over 1 plus 2. So that is negative 2. So my slope is negative 2. Okay, so now we can write it twice. We're actually going to write it twice. Once in red, once in green. So the point in red gives us the point-slope form. Y minus 15 equals negative 2 times the quantity x plus 2. The point in green for the same exact line, y minus 9 equals negative 2 times x minus 1. So these are the same exact line, just written with different points. So point-slope form can be rewritten with any point on the line. The slope always stays the same, but the points can differ. Write an equation in point-slope form that represents the linear function. Okay, all they're giving us is a set of x's, domain, set of y's, range. So just a series of ordered pairs. So I'm going to choose to take these 2 points out. I could take any of the points I wanted. I'm choosing those 2. So those 2 points would be negative 1, 2 and 0, 5. So we have 2 points. For point slope, we need 2 things. We need point and slope. We have points, we need the slope. So we'll use our slope formula. x1, y1, x2, y2, always label. Slope again is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So for us, that is 5 minus 2 for the y's, and 0 minus negative 1 becomes 0 plus 1. 5 minus 2 is 3, 0 plus 1 is 1, so slope is positive 3. Alright, so if my slope is positive 3, let's write it twice. We'll write it with that point first. So that would be y minus 2 equals 3 times the quantity, x plus 1. Remember, between your ordered pair and your form, your linear equation, the signs of the coordinates are opposite. Alright, now let's write it with this one. So that would be y minus 5 equals 3 times x minus 0. Alright, so if we wanted to write these two lines in slope-intercept, what we would do to get from this to slope-intercept is we would have to distribute here and here. So we'd have y minus 2 equals 3x plus 3. Add the 2 to both sides. So we get y equals 3x plus 5. So that is slope-intercept of the same line. We've been writing in point-slope today, but this one, y equals 3x plus 5, is our slope-intercept form. I would do the same thing over here if I wanted to convert it to slope-intercept, and I should get the exact same value here. So I would need to distribute here and here. So y minus 5 equals 3x, and 3 times minus 0 is just 0, so nothing. I'll just leave it blank. Add the 5, add the 5. So y equals 3x plus 5. So notice you get to the same place. The slope-intercept ends with the same line. Okay, last example here. Write an equation in point-slope form for the line through these 2 points. So again, all they're giving us is 2 points. It's just in a graphical form. So negative 3, 2 is 1 point. Negative 6, negative 4 is the other. Okay, so let's find our slope first. So slope would be equal to, let's label these x2, y2 for that one, x1, y1 for this one. So negative 4 minus 2 over negative 6 plus 3, because I'm subtracting a negative. So that would be negative 6 over negative 3. So reduce that and you would get positive 2. So my slope is positive 2. So in this case, let's finish this by just writing it once. We'll write using that point. I could choose this one, but we're just going to write it once with that one. So it would be y subtract 2 equals 2 times the quantity x plus 3. And that's it for these examples.